What's up everyone, Adam from Cape Crawlers, and today we're taking a look at the brand new FMS K5 BLAZER. So FMS just released this brand new K5 BLAZER. This is an 18th scale ready to run truck built on the FCX24 platform. So you know it already has a bunch of the performance features that we've come to know and love from the FCX24. This thing's got the portal axles with the metal gears. It's got the 130 brushed motor with the 2-speed transmission, remote controlled light system, and a metal geared servo right from the box. And it's fully licensed by GM, so we've got genuine Chevy badging all around and really awesome scale details that look just like the real thing. Super cool. Now this is up for pre-order right now at a reduced price of $145. In addition to the reduced price, if you jump on it now, you also get 3 accessories with it. You get the rooftop rack, you get the roll cage with the non-functional light bar, and you get an upgraded bumper. So I encourage you to check it out now. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to check it out and jump on this thing while it's on sale. With that said, I'm super excited to jump in and check this thing out. We're going to unbox it together. I'm going to put it on the setup table so we can do some performance measurements. Then we're going to get it on the indoor course. It's a super nice day out today, so I'm going to get it out on the rock course as well. We're going to have fun and we're going to do a deep dive into this thing. So let's get after it. All right guys, let's open this thing up. So right off the bat, we got our owner's manual here. FMS packaging, love the FMS packaging. They got these really nice styrofoam boxes. I've already been into this once. Now let's check this thing out. Got a pile of accessories here. We've got a bumper. Looks like we've got a roll cage with a light bar. Rooftop rack, very cool. We have your charger, your toolkit. Looks like we've got the same optional O-rings and things to make these shocks oil filled. Some license plates for some additional customization here. Take this thing out. Oh boy, look at this. Very cool. Very, very cool. Love the hard body on this. It looks fantastic. The black, I'm super happy with the black. It looks great. Here's the transmitter. Looks like the same transmitter as the Smasher, the FMS Smasher. So you don't have the switches here, but this does have multifunctionality using the bind button and these individual buttons here on the transmitter. We can get into tuning the drag brake, throttle settings, all that good stuff is embedded in the transmitter. Just make sure that you read your owner's manual. It has the detailed instructions on how to do that because it's not super intuitive. But familiar with this, if you've used other FMS products, particularly the Smasher, the monster truck, you'll be familiar with this transmitter. Taking a look at this thing, boy, it looks great. Sits tall, you know, it's a scale hard body. FMS just does such a good job with their scale bodies. I was really, really excited when I knew this was coming because I knew they would have exquisite scale detail, and I am not disappointed in the slightest. It's got the chrome mirrors, it's got the chrome bumpers, the corner lights on it, realistic taillights with the Chevrolet logo and the badging all around. So this is officially licensed from Chevy. So very cool. This just reminds me of my childhood. These square body Chevys, the BLAZER, and the trucks, man, this was it. When I was young, these were the coolest things on the road, and I loved these things. So this is super nostalgic for me, and I am so in love with it already. So you can take the rear shell off, and it has a pickup bed, and then you can build out your accessories how you want. So you can put the roll cage on here with the light bar. Let's talk about some of the key features here while we're looking at it. So obviously you've got the beautiful hard body here with the K5 BLAZER and the Chevrolet logo and branding on it. Like I said, it's got the chrome mirrors. It has tons of scale detail on here. You know, it is a little floppy just because I think the body is heavy, but you're going to get that with the scale hard body here. It's got these chrome old school wheels, very reminiscent of the real thing. This does share the same power plant as the FCX24, so you've got the 130 size brush motor. Let's see if we can open it up to take a look at that actually. Has the quick release body on it. So again, if you're familiar with the Smasher or the FCX24 platform, you'll know that it has these tabs that you squeeze together and the whole body clips come undone and the thing pops right off. Underneath here, if you didn't have the body, you would swear this was just an FCX24 Power Wagon. Looks exactly like the Power Wagon chassis does. Again, we have the 130 brushed motor We have the 2-speed transmission. We have this familiar ESC, which is great because this is a great ESC. These crawl really well and work awesome. So I'm pumped to see the electronics in this thing. We've got an updated battery strap. This is cool. So if you've worked with the FCX24s in the past, you'll know that they just had kind of a rubber band, real thin, tiny strap that goes over the battery. And it was pretty cumbersome, particularly when you start thrashing these things. The batteries would flop all over the place. This new strap, I like this a lot. That's excellent. So like I said, this does have the 2-speed transmission operated by the transmitter here. This switch, so you've got first gear, neutral, second gear, change them on the fly. It's a servo operated transmission. Underneath this thing, man, we got portal axles. So we've got the portal axles front and back, just like the typical FCX24 platform. This does come with metal portal gears, which is great. Friction damp shocks, but again, these are capable of being filled with oil, and they do supply you with the kit. That's what these O-rings and things are for. You can convert these shocks to oil filled, which will take a lot of that bounce out and work really well. This also comes with a metal geared servo. Tires feel a little stiff just because of the insert in them, I believe. The rubber itself feels really nice and soft. This is a 1-inch wheel, not a 1.2 that comes on the Power Wagons. And it looks like these are licensed Cooper Discover tires also. So props to FMS for going out and getting some good licensing and some good branding on this to give it a super scale look and feel to it. Really, really like it. And we've got headlights. We can plug the body in. We've got working headlights on here as well that you can control with the transmitter. So it's a 1/18 scale. So the most direct comparison would be the TRX-4M Bronco. My Bronco's got aftermarket shocks, and I've kind of sagged it down a little bit, so you can see that the BLAZER actually sits quite a bit higher. Not quite a bit, but noticeably higher. From a wheelbase and width perspective, the wheelbase is shorter by about 10, maybe 12 millimeters. The width on it is very comparable. Now I've got the deep dish Endura wheels on mine with a negative offset that does give the Bronco more width. So if it wasn't for these negative offset wheels, I think the track width would be very, very similar. But for a size perspective, these two definitely look like they're in the same weight class and could battle it out with each other, which I'm really looking forward to getting them head to head and trying them out together. They're going to look super cool cruising around the trail. This is awesome. Let's look at it against an FCX24. So I've got a lightly modified FCX24 Jeep Gladiator here. 24 scale, so obviously it's going to be much smaller. The wheelbase on the BLAZER is still shorter than the FCX24 Gladiator. Dimensions of the BLAZER, obviously it's just overall bigger. Width, height, and just overall mass, it's just a bigger vehicle because it's a bigger scale. But this at least gives you some sort of idea about how it stacks up against the FCX24. You could still run them together and have a good time. The advantage that this is going to have over pretty much any other mini crawler is the 2-speed transmission. The drivetrain in this thing is so good. So I'm really anxious to fire this thing up. But before we do, I want to get it on our crawler park setup table, and I want to test the vertical, the side hill, and the articulation. So why don't we do that real quickly, and then we'll fire this thing up. Let's first test our articulation. Let's look at the RTI, Ramp Travel Index here. Right about 15 for the RTI on the front. Let's flip her down and try the rear. Same thing in the rear. It looks awesome. I love how this thing looks. It's got quite a bit of articulation for a stock rig. Looks great with that body. Let's try some side hill. This will be interesting given the hard body and just the height of that thing. $35. It's $40. It's about 43 degrees on the side hill. It's 40. Starting to unload. lost it on the table at about 43, 44. Let me try this again. Yeah, so we get about 48, 49 degrees is about all I can get out of my table here. I'm going to have to modify this to see if I can get a better grip on the tires. But I would say give or take 50 degrees on the vertical, which is better than I was expecting. So let's get this thing fired up. So it does come with your typical 7.4 volt 380 milliamp battery. That's pretty standard in most of the FMS crawlers. So we've got the battery here. Turn that on. There is a power switch kind of right up here under the chassis. Nylon chassis, by the way. Okay, got powered. I have to plug my lights back in. Okay, so we're in slow speed here. Look at the slow speed control on it. Very impressive. This ESC and transmitter combo is really nice. Seeing if we want to switch gears, channel 3 right here, neutral. Look at the body torques with the motors. That's cool. Second gear. I'm not going to do this. This is fast. So much fun. These things are so much fun. I love the FMS FCX24. All right, back down to low gear. So, see if I can remember how to do this. I do remember you can use the bind button does your light control. So you hit the bind button for that. So it looks like we've just got on and off for your lights. Does not have taillights. It's got the fake taillight lenses, but there are not actual taillights. Now, a couple things we can do. So right now it's forward, brake, reverse. I always like to change mine to forward, reverse, so we can do that here as well. So to enter your programming mode, you're going to hit the reverse button twice. It'll start blinking. So now if you want it to be straight up forward and reverse, you're just going to press the bind button. There you go, just like that. Now what we can also do in here is use the steering trim and the throttle to calibrate our drag brake. So it goes 0, 50, 75, 100. Now I like to do a pretty aggressive drag brake, so I'm going to do 75. It's tough to say in low gear. Let's try high speed. Still gives it some play there. Let's try 100%. Yeah, that stops it almost instantaneously. So what about 50? Gives a little more freewheel. So you can cycle through this on the fly very easy. I like the 75. I'm going to go back to that. And then to exit your program, just hit reverse twice again. All right, awesome. Now we're ready to go. Let's get this thing on the course and do some baseline runs on our indoor course, and then we'll hit the rocks and have some fun. I'll let my son have a turn with it. He's going to dig it. So let's check it out. Here it is the K5 BLAZER on the indoor course. It looks big on the indoor course, I gotta say. Slow speed is excellent. ESC is pretty quiet, a little bit of a whine there. I don't even know if that's picking up on camera. It's not terrible by any means. This is one of those trucks that I don't even want to take it out and run it because the black looks so good. It'll never look this good again. So we've got to enjoy it and document it while we can. But we don't buy them to be shelf queens around here, so it's not going to look this nice for long. But boy, it sure is sharp looking. I am very impressed with the ESC and the slow crawl on this thing. portal axles are excellent. Get up and over that tricky section right there. Really helpful. Oh, big body's got me hung up there. Oh, we made it. Get the articulation out of that. That looks awesome. I'm hung up on the bumper. Oh. See if I can swing around. These Cooper tires seem to be struggling a little bit on the styrofoam. They don't want to bite there. There we go. Only get turned around. Yeah, again, the tires are stiff. Yeah, I think these tires could work a lot better with a lighter insert. Very top heavy driving it, I gotta say. Had to do a little hand of God action there to get it up onto the top of the canyon. Now we'll see if we can navigate the top. You see that body kind of flopping all around. This could really benefit from the oil-filled shocks. The scale detail on this looks so good. I love it. Except FMS does such a good job with their scale bodies. This is just glorious looking. It's coming over here on Mini Moab. Let's try the escalator just for the heck of it. I think this is going to be a mighty challenge for this thing. Got up over the gatekeeper. This might be it right here. I don't think that bumper or body is going to allow us to go much further. Tires are not liking Mini Moab. Let's try the chute. Let's see how it does on the chute here. It's getting some torque twist, some front end lift there. Oh no! I'm gonna have this thing all beat up before I even give it to Axel. I need to worry about him thrashing it. Lots of front end lift there. Baby, no, man. We'll try Hell's Gate just for the heck of it. I don't expect it to make it up super far. Now the tires understeer really bad. There's not a lot of grip in here. No, it's not gonna happen. No. All right. So right off the bat, I think we've established that this is not a rock crawler by any means. As I was saying, this is not a rock crawler by any means out of the box, nor do I think it's meant to be that. It's more of a scale and trail truck, which it does fantastic in that regard. It just looks fantastic. So I'm not going to hold its performance on the indoor course and these obstacles against it. Let's get this thing outside on the rock course. Give it to Axel, let him bomb around on it. We'll do some trail runs and just have some fun with it outdoors and really get this thing out in its element. So real quick before I hand it over to Axel, check this out. So I just took the top off, put the bull bar on, and the light bar on the back. Check this thing out. What do you guys like better? Do you like the BLAZER top on the back, or do you like the pickup truck look? I wanted to do this because, one, I wanted to try it out to see how quickly I could change it, which only took about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I also wanted to do, just testing the approach angle there, I also want to do some of the performance tests again to see if taking the weight off the back makes any difference. So I'm going to start small. I'm going to start at the chute, see if we made any improvements here. Still get that front end lift. Whoa, are we going to make it? I think so. All right, we made the chute. Try the escalator just for the heck of it here. I think that's all we got. All right, let's take it outside and have some fun. All right, outside on the rock course. Let's see what this thing can do out here. Right off the bat, you can tell the portal axles make a huge difference out here. This FCX24 platform is so good. They're doing a really good job with their stuff. Oh, the ESC on this is so good, so smooth. Reminds me of the T-Hunter almost. So while we struggled a little bit on the indoor course, we're doing really good out on the rock course here. The tires that didn't care for the styrofoam seem to hook up pretty well on the rocks out here. It's nice and stable. Whoop, did I say that? Hang on there. Oh, down it goes. Watch my words there, I guess. But the tires seem to grip really well. It's nice and planted out here. It's good. Nice. It hooked up really well right there. And still we get a good approach angle with the bull bar on here. So I'm really looking forward to modifying this thing. I think it's got tremendous potential. We know that the FCX24 platform is super capable. I think with some light modifications, this thing can be a lot of fun. It already is a ton of fun, just as a scale and trail truck, just bombing around. I think with some bigger tires, some weight, it could really be a really capable all-around crawler slash trail truck. But you can see every time we try to do a pretty aggressive line, it just gets held back by the body and has a really hard time. But once we're up on the course, it does great. So let's try this again on the opposite direction. So you can get up and over those moderate obstacles really well. And then it's really composed going through the course. It's just getting started. Some of those gnarly entry points that I like to use for challenge lines, just give it fits in stock form. Nice. And of course, second gear is so much fun. It's so fast. It's just a riot. That 2-speed gearbox is like the best thing about the FCX24 platform, I think. The versatility is like second to none. Alright guys, I dig it. This is a cool little truck. Good job, FMS. I'm going to head back in the studio and we'll wrap this up. Final thoughts on the K5 BLAZER. I think FMS hit it out of the park with this one. It's got model-esque looks with FCX24 performance to back it up. Now it is not a hardcore rock crawler out of the box as we saw, so it is going to need some work if you're going to make it into a legit crawler. But it will look fantastic on the trail to get to the hardcore crawling spots right out of the box. FMS did such a good job capturing the realistic details of the K5 BLAZER in this thing. I mean, it looks fantastic. And you couple that with the portal axles and the 2-speed transmission, and you've got the good ground clearance and the fun factor to really rip through some trails and have a great time with it. My son and I had a blast. He absolutely loved it. Take the BLAZER top off the back and convert it to a pickup truck, put stuff in the back and haul it around. It's just so much fun. So this thing is competitively priced. It's got tons of bang for the buck with the portal axles and the drivetrain and the hard body and the details that you get. Very, very impressive. So great job, FMS. This is an awesome addition to the mini crawler market. Now this thing also comes in 3 different colors. We got the black one, but it is available in an orange and white and also a brown and white. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is available now for pre-order. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to go check it out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this new rig from FMS? As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next video.